There is no system video player on A81-E yet, but fortunately Rock Player does the job pretty well. The first video is an old Gears of War trailer. I found it in a pack with WinC apps for A81. It was included as a sample video file, and Rock Player handles it with ease. The second video file is another sample file from that pack. It has the same specs, but contains more smooth camera moves, which makes it a good test for frame drops. Well, none is noticed. The third video is a standard NTSC video rip with 1.3 mbps bitrate. Rock Player doesn't show the actual bitrate, so I've checked the file specs on my laptop to get accurate info. Looks like standard definition AVI files are not a problem for Rock Player. Let's try something different. So, 720p MP4 file is too much to ask from this video player, which uses only CPU resources and doesn't utilize everything OMAP 3 platform can offer. For now, HD is off limits. Unfortunately, same HD FOV trailer I've got from GT doesn't play well too. Matryoshka files are also supported by Rock Player. The only one I have is a demo of another MID placed 1080p avatar trailer. I don't know whether Rock Player chokes on bitrate or file format, but MKV played even worse than HD MP4 file. Well, today A81-E plays SD AVI files well, everything else is mostly off limits. But there is a slight possibility that Wits will add fluent 720p playback support in future updates, because hardware itself can handle it. The only Google application I managed to find and successfully launch is Google Maps app. The second app I found, Google Translate, crashes on launch. There is not much to say about it. It's designed for mobile devices and therefore doesn't require fast internet connection or powerful hardware. Unfortunately, GPS doesn't work, and it's impossible to test it in this application. Other functions work well. You can scroll, you can zoom in or out, and well, you can scroll again. A famous Android 3D image gallery. Looks like it works smooth, but a bit slow on thumbnail generating. As far as I know, it's a common problem for all devices. Having this application and a metal prop, you can turn your MID into fine digital photo frame, but it would be a waste. There is a camera button in the right corner. Let's press it. Actually, A81-E has no camera, so all we can get is a dummy animation on a black background. A81-E has no Google Apps or Google Market support, but there are market alternatives. One of them is Applicator. It's actually not a marketplace, but an application to work with APK repositories. You simply install it, add repositories, and then the program will download and show you a list of available applications. I'll show you how to use it. Choose an application, tap Install button, and after APK file downloaded, install it. As simple as that. There is also a list of apps you've already installed on your device, and a list of available updates. If you don't mind reading from an LCD display, A81-E will make a good reading device. E-book reading application called Audico is pretty famous, and it works well on A81-E. The device has no gravity sensor, but it doesn't limit reading experience. Display orientation can be set in options manually to fit anybody's preferences. There are several Android applications for reading e-books. You can choose one you like better. As far as I know, they all work fine. In this section I'd also like to check on PDF and Deja Vu reading. VU Droid can handle both. It doesn't launch in full screen mode as some other applications, but I'm sure it can be fixed somewhere in system settings. I just don't remember where exactly. The only PDF file I have now is an instruction manual for the camera I use. I wouldn't say it works neither fast or too slow. I think load times are acceptable. Zooming and scrolling are fairly smooth. Let's try a Deja Vu file. It's Russian-English picture book for elementary schoolers. It's in full color and seems to load a bit longer than PDF file, but overall speed is acceptable too. Well, app crash hints that it's time to finish this part.